All right, welcome back. So, if you guys don't know who Ife is a popular blogger out there. A popular blogger. I, I, she's no longer the feminism thing is a little bit on the back burner now. She's now a soft, feminine wife, and I'm gonna give all that credit to iTom, the new husband. Gentlemen, listen to me carefully. I'm not gonna ask you to take a risk and go and be with a die-hard toxic feminist. I'm not gonna. That's not what First of all, that will not be relevant in the actual conversation. What you should be looking at is a person's character and to see if they fit you. The whole feminism thing is a different conversation entirely, because in our society we must continue to advocate for equity for women, especially in workplace and in society as large. But when it comes to the family, it's a little bit of a different dynamic, because that woman is going to expect you to be a leader. She might be asking you for equality, but when things get down to it, she's going to expect you to be a grown ass man. You know what that looks like? A lot more responsibility when it comes to bringing structure, security, safety, a sense of those things in particular, not necessarily touchables, but she expects you to lead, to set the tone, because if you know how to do that, she will build a home with it. When it comes to the family dynamics, it's a different ball game entirely. If you don't understand anything I just said, I needed to start with that. If you don't get it,
you get it. If you don't get it, forget about it. All right.
Let's keep it moving. All right. So, Ife, she's a blogger. Obviously advocate for women, which is a beautiful thing. So this young man, who is actually, I don't know how much younger he is, but he's younger than Ife, has decided to do life with Ife. And from everything I've seen thus far, which is very little, maybe less than 0.001%, I don't know them like that. I like it. I love it for them. I love what they're doing. Let me do a quick shout out. I see the yellow in my corner. Thank you. I was hoping you won't all it. What did I do? But thank you. £9 is like about $99. Goes a long way. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let me take a sip, and then we dance a little bit, and then we'll continue. Shall we? Thank you guys. Thank you. All right, so let me see here. It's obvious how feminism was for content purposes only. Wow, Abby, that's how you feel, Abby? Wow. Ife and Tiolofo at 42, that's how you feel? Why? Is it because of the surrogacy thing? I'm not a fan of the surrogacy thing too. The surrogacy thing, I'm like, you notice I didn't cover it because I'm like, I don't know what's about. I just think I said on Uncle Beno's show, it's an overwoke nonsense something. She need to calm down. Let me see. Onibe said something earlier on. I was trying to catch it, but I missed it. I guess she was just greeting us. Shout out to Onibe. Amenze, shout out to Amenze. Say his soon-to-be wife will be his nemesis. She will be the one that's talking about Two-Face, right? Sure, I'm shaking. Though he's up front now, so. Let's see. Onibe, I'm looking for your comments. Okay, you guys were just talking, I think. Let's look at Toby and try to say, if both partners know from the beginning that they will cheat on each other, I wonder if they will be willing to invest in each other as much. No, they won't. That's why you have to be careful with people who claim to be holier than thou. I just want to tell you up front. I like it when they tell me, if a woman says, gentlemen, if a woman says, as long as you tell me up front, she is going to cheat on you. Okay, you need to read beyond the obvious. She's saying it's okay, just in case one day I feel like he's itching too. That's what she's saying essentially. Oh no, she just like the truth. No, cap. Human beings are human beings. There's a balance you're looking for. Okay, we want to feel safe, but no, we don't like whatever you call stupid reality truth. No, we don't want that. We want you to tread softly and lightly. We want you to, we would like the fantasy part of life too, right? We like to think that you're loyal to me. Now, can we achieve that? Yes, but you have to look at other things beyond the words. People's actions speak louder than their words. Okay, a person's lifestyle will tell you everything you need if you can listen. If you have active listening skills and the spirit of discernment, a person's lifestyle will tell you everything you need to know. The rest of it is cho. You need to know everything. It's arrogance, it's pride that's worrying you. If you need to know everything, just tell me so I can know the truth. You're lying. You maybe not intentionally, but you're lying. You're not going to know. A person's lifestyle over a period of time will tell you everything you need to know. But some, Ola, you don't know. Some people are really that good, you see. You see the angle you went to. There's no guarantee in life. That's part of the things that lame people do. They're always looking for guarantee. There's no guarantee anywhere. The closest thing to guarantee is the work you put in yourself, because you will continue to attract yourself. Speaking of, gentlemen, I'm not going to ask you to take a risk, because somebody is going all over the internet and they can make 5 or 7 statements without saying misogyny. That person should probably, there's a good reason why they're doing that. They should follow their lane, their life purpose, which is probably fighting for women. It's probably going to bleed into your relationship. So I'm not going to tell you to take a risk, but you know better. Only you know better. Sometimes you just feel safe with the person. And I want to believe that's what iTom did. And to be honest, I didn't really follow IFE back then. So I don't know how authentic she was or how deeply rooted in this feminism she was. But bottom line, that she has it in her to, and it wasn't the first time she would attempt to marry a person. She had it in her to you know, she had some femininity in her, because she's showing it. Anytime you see her around this guy, you could just see it. I'm going to credit it to my brother, iTom. All right, so this guy she married is a photographer that she is upgrading. No, this guy does very well. He has some serious work. In fact, I think it was work that brought them together, according to their story. You should go listen to the podcast I'm about to react to right now, but I'm reacting to some specific parts that kind of correlate with what Two-Face was saying earlier. Okay. Abby said, nobody even said you should take your feminist thoughts that far to begin with. It's okay to be reasonable and give men their flowers when deserved. That's the reality that we need to start facing. You know, life is about looking for that sweet spot. Always, you're always looking for that sweet spot. We should fight evil people across the board. We should destroy them as much as we can. But when you're trying to relate with another human being, you need to be careful so that you don't become, you know how you, shout out to Peter Obi, said you're busy chasing a thief and then you left your shop open. The thief will steal the rest of the stuff in your shop. There. Take it easy, you know. Don't be emotional about whatever you're advocating for. Consider all the factors, the threats, the opportunities here. Focus more on aligning with people as opposed to looking to destroy, looking for enemies. If you're looking for enemies all over the place, you're going to become an enemy of progress, basically, you know. So anyway, I think I already expressed that point. Let's move on. And let's address some of this other stuff that we have to talk about. So Frank iTom destroys IFE's feminist dang logic on cheating. A little bit of clickbaiting there, okay? But shout out to IFE. I like IFE, by the way. I really like IFE. And I like IFE for this young man, okay? Because they have something that I could see in their energy that I think will stand the test of time. What is it that they have? Anybody want to guess that I think they have that will allow them to stand the test of time? Anybody want to guess while I'm pulling up the video? Anybody want to guess what I think they have while I'm pulling up the video? What do they have that will allow them to stand the test of time? First of all, why is there a test? What do you mean? Marriage is supposed to be sweet. Always. There's no test. If you just ask all the right questions in the beginning and marry the right person, life will just be smooth. You don't whine? You don't whine? Anybody want to guess what I think is... So we're going to go into the poll, into the poll stuff right now, okay? Let's see here. Close this guy. Oh, Abosede. Shout out to Abosede. She gets it. She gets it. Yes. Friendship. Friendship. You don't have friendship? You're that far away from guarantees. If you don't have friendship, look at the smile on this guy's face. I mean, just check out the smile on his face. If you're a man and a woman can put a smile on your face just by looking at her this way, just in conversations with her, do you think you'll be roaming around the internet shouting feminist up and down like your enemy of progress? I'm asking. Do you think you'll be shouting our enemy feminist, this woman, this woman? You think you'll be shaming women and single mothers all over the internet? If in your life presently, your sexual partner, your romantic partner, do you think you will have it in you to be shaming single mothers around the internet? I doubt it. I doubt it. No. It's just the conversations. We can separate the conversation. You know, as men, we can compartmentalize.
Stop the cap.
Nah, I don't know. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Okay. All right. So we're going to handle a few clips together. Okay. A few clips together. Let's listen to the question that Ife is asking here. Okay. Yeah. Abby said marriage is usually sweet in the beginning. That's true. That's true also. But beyond that, like I said, I'm seeing friendship. I'm also seeing the playfulness. Okay. That goes a long way. It's very hard to get rid of that or to replace that ever. And when you're not able to replace a person, you know what you tend to do more? You probably will fight more. You probably will yield less to social media rhetoric. When there's crisis, which is inevitable, you will do your best. As long as you're not in harm's way, as long as safety is not being threatened, you will do your best. The reality is that a lot of people are not doing their best because of the environment. They think the grass is greener on the other side. Oh more. Hey. The grass is greener on the other side. Jump or pass. Let's listen to this first clip.
You think I'm questions? I'm the host of this show. Honestly, do you think at some point all men will cheat? My ring is halfway as I speak like this.
Do you think at some point all men will cheat? Before I continue, look at Ife's face. Somebody's like, oh, she's so feminine. Don't go there and be comparing. Look for your own feminine. Don't compare. Anyway, they look good. I love what they're doing. But I have the question now. Okay, let's set up this poll real quick. Shout out to Uncle Dayo. I think I see you in the chat. Good to see you, sir. Let's see here. True or false? Don't worry, let me set up the poll to make it easier for us. Okay, at some point before we get Itom's answer, at some point all men will cheat. True or false? Answer. Let me see. Let's see how the perceived family will represent today. Some of you can predict already. You've been listening long enough, you can predict it. The poll is there. Let's see. Let's have it. At some point, all men will cheat. True or false? Interesting. Look at this. Look at this in real life. Look at this. These people. A whole 25%. A whole 25%. Wow. Wow. Interesting. I mean, if I was a feminist for clout, oh, Bernie, you don't believe her? Or you never believed that? I can't stand imbalanced information causes a lot of problems for the viewers. Oh, so she was just chasing clout. Babe says force of life. Okay, all right. Let me see. Let me see what we have finally here. Okay, this is interesting. So true, 40%. Let me end it. Out of how many votes was this? Okay, only 5 votes. Anyway, not a lot to make anything out of it. But let's see the answer that Itom is going to give, and let's see if we agree or disagree. Let's have it. Let's have it.
All right, you go on. Hurry up and answer the question.
So I think the only answer to that question, the genuine answer to that question, that at some point would all men cheat, is no. We have been conditioned to think that just because something looks commonplace, that is actually really the order of the day. It's not true. It is totally not true. There are many men I have seen, I know, who their first sexual experience was their wife.
Same.
And that is what it will continue to be.
Same.
Right. And so when we carry on this thought that just because I
didn't know her before. If she was a feminist before, she's doing well.
A good man is cheating. If this man can cheat, do you get?
Anybody can cheat.
Yes, then all men cheat. No, that is a lie. However, when I look at this story, it's reminding me of the age-long question: do cheating men change? And the answer is yes. However,
wait, do cheating men change? We'll get to that one later on.
However, Ife, when we look at we have to look at every case differently.
Every case is different. Every case is different. I'm going to end that. If you like it, go to Diary of a Naija Girl, our podcast, and listen to the whole thing. Right? But we have the next one here. We have the next poll. Let's set up the next poll right now. All right. And let me prepare you for it. Cheating can be a mistake. True or false? Cheating can be a mistake. True or false? Let me set it up. Wait for it. Let's just use the yes or no so it can be easier, faster. Cheating can be a mistake. True or false? Yes or no? True will be equals to yes. False will be no. Let's have it. Let's see. Interesting. Okay. We're at 50-50, yo. If you don't agree, put your votes in real quick. All right. So while let's watch this video while we're dealing with that. Let's watch this video. Hold on.
Yes. Because I mean, people are not perfect, but
no, people will make mistakes.
They will make mistakes.
Yes.
Cheating is not a mistake, by the way.
No, cheating is not a mistake.
Okay, so
cheating could be a mistake.
Explain.
But it's not a mistake.
Fima, wait for me. Zoom in and explain.
He said could be a mistake, but it's not a mistake. What does it mean?
Let me tell you what I mean.
Why cheating can be a mistake?
Let me tell you what I mean. Even in the intention of doing something, have you ever done something that you, after the fact, you realize I shouldn't have done this? Not because, no, hold on. Not because you were not aware when you were doing it. Because I don't think that anybody blindly does anything, right? But after the fact, you have come to the realization that the thing that you did
was wrong.
How? And, I'm getting somewhere. And you have made a mistake, a lapse in judgment, a lapse in action, whatever it is, you made an error.
A lapse in judgment.
Which is a mistake, right?
Let me tell you what a mistake is. I'm walking past.
Is the definition?
Let me tell you what a mistake is. I'm walking past and I say, I don't know, my hand just hit the cup. That is a mistake. It's not wrong.
So
why?
Because is the word.
Exactly.
So something that you do with
wrong or mistake?
Nothing to do with consciousness.
Mistake.
No. They are both mistakes.
So when they take the definition of mistake in the dictionary for me.
Dictionary
because when you read something and I did not see it. Mistake.
Let's have it. Even dictionaries are getting smarter.
You just off your area, but just remove your clothes.
And you fell pregnant.
You now enter somebody's vagina.
You fall on Bola by mistake.
The person now say, why? You don't know. You now came out. That's mistake. You don't know. We're completely unaware. No. I'm not saying that wrongdoing cannot be forgiven. I'm saying do not mistake a wrong, conscious wrongdoing.
Why would this guy travel to get permanent dental implants? Instead of placing you in temporary teeth, you get your permanent teeth.
As a mistake.
No.
Have you seen the definition of mistake?
Let's see the definition. Let's see it.
An act or judgment that is misguided or wrong.
An act or judgment that is misguided or wrong. When you use the word or, that means it might be or, not and, means it's both true at the same time. All you need is one of these to be true before you can call it a mistake. If it's misguided, it can also be a mistake. Just because it is not wrong, it can still be right. It can still, can it be right and be a mistake? Well, it's probably hard to do that. But the point is that it's not just a mistake just because it's wrong. This is, let me see, the other one said mistake is to be wrong about something, right? But the misguided part is something we should look at closer. Let's see what else they say.
Verb, be wrong about something.
So it's all about wrongdoing.
Yes. So again, that is where I'm seeing it from. That the reason we say it's not a mistake is because we are
lapse of judgment.
Literally saying that the person seems to be saying,
I wasn't conscious.
I was drunk. No. We are aware. We are aware.
Not to say hitting the curb is an accident, not mistake.
Consciousness.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Natu.
But in cheating, the person you cheated with, if both of you were aware you were going to cheat.
You were aware.
Right? But I'm saying that there are people who, after the facts, realize I have made a grave mistake. I've made an.
What I've heard people say is, I say, because it's premeditated, it cannot be a mistake. You can premeditate a whole mistake. Okay, it's all semantics, by the way. It doesn't really matter. If you hurt a person, you betray a person, you go collect. Bottom line. Okay, even if they tell you it's okay, you can still collect for years after that. But this old age argument right now, maybe we can put it to rest finally, right? Misguided, right? Premeditated does not make it not a mistake, right? Premeditated does not make it not a mistake. It is the outcome of how you feel later that might make you say, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have gone that direction. I shouldn't have taken a series of steps I took over the last 3 months because I was in a bad place. You hear people say sometimes I was in a very dark place, right? Is it an excuse? No, it doesn't have to be an excuse. Right? While we're talking about this, it won't matter, honestly, for the most part. But
error.
It's a conversation that people are having.
And I want to correct that error. In this case, when I'm looking at this conversation, this situation, right, I'm saying that
all right, let's rest that one so that you guys can go watch it over there and support them if you want to. Cheating can be a mistake, true or false? Only 33% say yes. The people that say false are 67%. I understand it. I get it. It's a little bit of ambiguity there, so I understand it. At the end of the day, like I said, it won't really matter. If you don't cheat on the person and they feel betrayed and they feel they can't trust you anymore, you don't collect. And you can't tell them how to react. Sorry. You have to be super patient. You have to be generous with patience to get closer to any chances of fixing it. Is it fixable? Yes. There is infidelity recovery that actually works, by the way, but it takes the betrayer to be willing to commit to the process. It's a very difficult process. All right, so with that being said, let's move on to the next segment. Let's listen to this. The next question here, let's end that poll. 62% says false. Said, I know I'm a coconut head. No, it is never a mistake. No, my coconut said it is no, it's false. It's okay, guys. As long as you understand the context here, that's what matters. Okay, remember, true will be yes, false will be no. Once a cheater, always a cheater. All right, let's have it. Let's hear what iTom has to say. But I just set up the poll. Let's hear it. Let's go. Oh yeah, iTom, let's go.
Write that down for me. 2024.
You need to meet surging content demands without compromising your business or your brand. With Adobe
we have to end on time, by the way.
Why are you jittery? The phone on speaker.
So with forgiveness and with restitution and all of those things should come transparency.
Yes.
I absolutely. In fact, let's just write that down.
Very, very useful.
2024. 2025. Frank said so.
Yes, I think so.
Is once a cheater always a cheater? Yes or no?
No.
Have you ever cheated?
But
Betty, Betty.
Explain, because no evidence.
Let me see what the votes are saying. Oh, that's 50-50, huh? 50-50. This is lovely. Love it. Okay. What's a cheater? What's a cheater? I like to see that 50-50. I feel like most people think, because trust, the reason why most people feel that way, because trust is a very delicate thing, you know, and like I said, it's difficult. But anything that's worthwhile in life is difficult, right? So because it's difficult doesn't mean it's impossible. Some people think of difficult as impossible. But yeah, let's have his full thought on that.
What?
Betty.
But people be moving the way they move.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible that
there's patterns.
A cheat will always remain a cheat. Newton's second law of motion states that, is the second law, that I think it's the first law, that an object will move on a parallel line until it is disrupted. Until the disruption happens, the thing will continue going like that, right? So something tangible has to happen to a person for a person to say, I want to change, right? So if a person just suddenly says, I want to change, and in my opinion, if it's not backed with real evidence as the word of God, like the word of God or the word of God, Baba, we are just talking. Is a wish, is feel good, but you will go back to it.
Yep.
Can you
patterns? Let me see what we said. Once a cheater, 57%. So we're a little bit more now. 7 votes. More people are saying what's a cheater. You're wrong. But all 57 people are wrong. 57% people are wrong. You're the same person as the person that say all men are cheaters. You're also wrong, because there are men that did not even have sex until they married. Doesn't mean they can't cheat, but there's a low likelihood that they would do that. It's just not who they are. Okay. And also it costs you a lot of resources to engage in that type of lifestyle. In Nigeria it might be a little bit more easier, but it's not easy to just be living a life of lies if you're especially a man of purpose. It's highly unlikely. Is it possible? Yes. Probable? No. If you're a certain type of woman, just because you're a certain type of woman, the kind of man you will attract is also it's improbable that you will attract a man who cheats. Certain types of women too. But when you look at people that tend to say all men cheat, they also tend to attract that. I'm not talking about iTom or magic, okay? It's just that you settle in yourself that it is mediocrity is okay. It's just who you are as a person, and you tend to attract that as well too. And there's more than enough of them. Anything you're looking for in this life, there's more than enough of them, and they exist. It's your outlook on life. All right. So I think we should. So now the next question here, I think we addressed that. Let's finish this thought. Let's see.
Forgive a cheating partner.
Oh, we already got that. Okay, so the next question now. Can you forgive a cheating partner? Let me hear this. There's no right or wrong answer here. Just tell me how you truly feel. There's no right or wrong answers. Okay, we're rounding up. Shout out to iTom and IFE for helping us with this one. Can you forgive a cheating partner? Well, let me end this poll. This poll ended up at 56% and 44%. It's okay. Yes, as long as we're learning and unlearning and adjusting as we go. Can you forgive a cheating partner? Yes or no? Let me have it in the poll. Let's listen to him.
Yes. But you will go back to it.
Can you forgive a cheating partner?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
How many times does somebody have to cheat on you before it becomes a problem?
More than once.
You do it once, you forgive.
Yes.
You do it twice, you forgive.
No, more than if you do it more than once.
Okay, more than once. So one time, wrongdoing, you're sorry, mistake, and the second time.
No, not just mistake. It's not where the film her face. Film and where.
Exactly.
It's not you.
Because that moment is like, oh, you accept more than once. That's why that's a major reason why I will never say yes. It's a no. It shouldn't be. It's a low tolerance. It's a zero tolerance thing. However, I always have a caveat that the reality is that I don't know what I would do, right? But it's a no. The automatic. If you want that automatic answer, I say no. I will not forgive a cheating partner. Okay, but I also know better when it comes to the reality of things, because remember, my definition of cheating does not start when Bekus enter or a prick enter quickles. No, it starts when you start going downstairs to eat ice cream that you wouldn't want to eat in front of him. That's cheating. Wait, but my body, my choice. I'm telling you straight up. That's cheating. If you wouldn't want to do it in front of me and you would do it behind me intentionally, mistakenly or not, that's cheating. At that point, I start looking at it as cheating, and it's a no. But I won't say I will never. But if you're looking for automatic answer, it's a no, and it's a never. All right, so let's play this.
I mean, you would not. And see the Bible said it with boldness, you would not. The only reason I say that with boldness again is because my confidence and my trust in you is not because of who you are, it's because of who's you. Oh, God. Oh, sometimes, see, I get high.
That's the last part right there. That's the last part right there. Okay. That's the last part. I'm going to let him land it. Okay. First of all, I have Uncle Dayo in the studio. I'll bring him up in a second. This part is very, very important for us to walk away with today. Okay. I would definitely say pay attention to them as a couple, not to be watching them so that you can see when they follow. Just to watch the dynamics of a relationship that has friendship. There's ups and there's downs, and this is real life. There's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, but sex is that much sweeter, and managing your pride is that much easier when you are friends. All realistic expectations becomes less of a thing because you are in vibes with them so much that you almost know everything without knowing everything. You find them interesting at that level that you're not bored by their presence. As opposed to, no, it is a duty. You just do it because you're supposed to do it. Yeah, nice, cute, but that's not reality. Okay? You need to leverage friendship. Friendship help you lift the heavy weight of it altogether. But he's saying something here with respect to trust. I'm going to use it to set up the last but not the least poll question. Real quick, let me see what our final answer on that one. Can you forgive a cheating partner? Yes or no? 75% says no. Okay, I say no. 25% say yes. Watch out for people that say yes. They might be cheaters. Maybe cheaters. Okay. All right. Again, no right and wrong questions. I just want you to understand that human beings were spiritual, and as much as we like to be intentional, we're full of shit. Okay, and we like to fantasize and we like to feel safe more than anything. So the work you should be doing should be internal more so than, oh, I'm intentional, so let's be blunt up front. It's bullshit for the most part. Okay, people's vibe, their energy. That's why I said friendship, because it helps you carry a lot of the weight. You should be intentional with respect to emotional intelligence. You cannot be just intentional because you know how to just tell the truth. You're full of shit. Okay, I'm just telling you straight up. See, you like truth, right? That is the truth. All right, so last but not least poll I set that up is it's possible to trust again after cheating. True or false? Let's have iTom teach us what trust looks like. Then I'll have Uncle Dayo finish with us.
Oh, see the Bible said it with boldness, you would not. The only reason I say that with boldness again is because my confidence.
He's saying the reason why he said that with boldness. This yes with boldness. Okay, this is the part where I come to the middle. Okay,
confidence and my trust in you is not because of who you are, it's because of who's you. Oh, God. Oh, sometimes, see, I get high on my own.
Oh, your hope is dumb. Mm-hmm.
It's not because of who you are, but whose you are. So the thing that I'm trusting is not you, it's the God in you, right? The fact that I can go to bed at night is because I know that your heart is burning for God. It's to God. So your fear is not, or your reverence is not towards me, it's towards God, because that is who we serve, right? It's like people who do not have someone that they're accountable to, right? That worries me. Or if there's nobody that can call your phone and you're shaking, that will worry me, right? Somebody like you have to have a spirit, like somebody needs to be, like you need to be accountable towards somebody. Like,
all right, so the way we set that up in our program here, let me bring Uncle Dayo up, is the GPS. We have 3 core pillars. We have God, purpose, self. If you're not a God believer, you have gratitude, purpose, self, right? But I like the way he's saying it, accountability as well, right? Somebody that you can yield to, something higher than you that you can yield to. When people have a purpose, that's the open of purpose in that, right? GPS. When you have a purpose in life, a life mission, a life purpose, something bigger than you generally have less time for bullshit. Okay? Generally, you have less time for bullshit. And if for some reason, for some weird, devilish the devil attack your marriage reasons. Somebody fell out or they made a mistake. Obviously, they have to be remorseful. Obviously, they have to show change behavior over a period of time, and that will be the best form of apology. Change behavior over a period of time, tested, right? So can they be patient through that process, or they will come back because they were actually answering the question of a young lady who the husband is asking for forgiveness, but he's actively using the fact that he's asked for forgiveness to manipulate her. If a person is not showing changed behavior, first of all, it'll be hard for you to forgive them. If it's hard for you to forgive them, it's because something is much more truthful than what you can touch. It's probably because they are not accountable yet. It's probably because they're actively trying to manipulate you, and they need to show a little bit more than just their words. But let me bring Uncle Dayo to the stage. Uncle Dayo, how are you doing, sir?
Good day. The Prestige Farm. I really appreciate being here today.
Good to see you, sir. That network is not networking, though. I'll mute so you can say your piece real quick.
Okay, sir. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes. I'll mute so you can have a free network. Go.
Now, as I was saying, I wanted to ask a question. Then again, I'll say something about what you have just said. In a couple's life, please, I want to advise anybody that does not have an anchor. You don't have an anchor. I call it anchor. What my brother just called GPS now. If somebody as a man or as a woman, you don't have an anchor, that is, you don't have somebody up there that you are accountable to, or somebody that can call you to order, somebody that can, that you fear. In most cases, some people fear God. In some other cases, some people fear fellow humans in whatever capacity they are. But if you as a person don't have somebody there that you are accountable to, then it's a red flag. In fact, it is dangerous. But if you have somebody there that you are like kind of accountable to, it will guide you and help you in situations like this. When somebody offends you, that you naturally by yourself you don't want to forgive, but that supreme being there that kind of a reference can give you peace in your heart and help you to be able to forgive that person. So forgiveness is possible. That's number one. Number two, I want to ask this question that I said I wanted to ask. Tell me one single act or any act at all that cannot be conducted by mistake. Anyone, if you can just mention anyone that this one, no matter how you do it cannot be conducted by mistake. You may find out that no matter how critically you think about it,
not to say it's an accident, not a mistake. I think I saw that earlier.
Because when some people say that cheating can never be by mistake, I was like, where is this one coming from? So tell me one single act in this life that we are living now that cannot be done by accident or by mistake. If you can tell me, then I will accept. Otherwise, anything is possible by accident or by mistake. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Your network no dey strong, so I know if it engage you too much. I saw Natu said earlier that hitting the curb is an accident, not a mistake. That's essentially the same thing, particularly in this context. But what do I want you to walk away with today? What I want you to walk away with all of this from? Shout out to iTom. I like the guy, and I like IFE for him. People like him also tend to yield to an assertive, intelligent woman. So I could see where their attraction is. But I pray that God will bless their union. But let's talk about this real quick. What do I want you to walk away with from all of this today? It's very, very simple. Cheating, infidelity starts long before a kpekus receives a prick. Okay, it starts long before that. It starts at the moment that a person does not feel safe with you much longer, and they can't even tell you about the money they spent yesterday. That's when it starts. They can't tell you about the type of friendship they are keeping. They rather not hang out with you. They rather hang out with another friend. They'll go to a spot with a few friends, but they know you're insecure, so they're not going to tell you where they were. Eventually, they get more and more comfortable and stuff like that, right? Cheating starts long before we call it cheating. Okay, so if you say I will never accept cheating, I hope you know the ramifications or the weight of what you're talking about. So in that context, will everybody cheat? It's almost a yes. But in terms of another person falling on a kwekus, be mistakenly entering somebody's kwekus, is that always a always? No, that's not always a always. There's so many people that rather than go cheat on you, they, in terms of physically cheating with another person, they will cheat on you in other ways that's going to hurt. It will still feel like betrayal. They will disconnect from you. They might shut down on you. They might not be able to be intimate with you for years. And honestly, it doesn't necessarily mean they're touching somebody else. There's a lot of men that say because their woman is not sleeping with them, they say it must mean that she's sleeping with somebody else. That's not always true. Okay, she might settle into herself and just be comfortable, like, oh, it is what it is. She might not deliberately. Is it a mistake that a woman will weaponize sex against her husband? Well, is it a mistake? Can she feel like that's a mistake years later, that she could have done better work on her marriage? Yes. Can the husband come back and say, that's not a mistake, you know what you were doing, you wanted to hurt me? Yes. Will he be wrong? He's wrong. There's no Uncle Dayo is right. There's no action in this world that can't fall in the realm of mistakes or an accident, or over a period of time you had a lapse of judgment. We're human beings. So if you're going to trust a person, if you're going to trust a person with your life, if you're going to do that, make sure you're trusting whose they are. I like what he said. What they belong to, what did they yield to, what are they accountable to? Beyond just the capability of that one person to be disciplined, you might just fall flat on your face if that's what you're counting on. All right. Without any further ado, we're just gonna end it right there. Amenze say cheating is never a mistake, it's a calculated decision. You're wrong, Amenze. Shout out to you. You're wrong. Okay, and here's more reason why you're wrong, not just semantics of it, because that one is easy. We can go and pull dictionary meaning again, right? It's the mindset behind it. Okay, the mindset behind it also translates to other aspects of life. You probably will struggle with giving grace when it's actually your biggest point of leverage. You probably will struggle with that. Okay, and in small things, you probably will struggle with grace. You're probably more of I'm an accountability person, so I hold everything accountable. That is a double-edged sword. It can cut both ways. The mom 5, forgiveness is possible, but trust is going to be out of this world, so I might as well not forgive. Forgiveness is not necessarily a decision you make either. It's not a decision. It can start as a decision, but the other person needs to move a certain way for it to be rooted. If you forgive just because you like to call yourself a Christian, I'm just going to forgive and forget, but the person does not change their ways, how capable exactly are you of forgiving? Not so easy anymore, right? Exactly. So forgiveness is a process. It's not an action thing when it comes to marriage, at least. Forgiveness is possible, but trust go tough. Trust is difficult, particularly trust that's been broken. Trust from a place of I don't really know this person, but I trust them. We do that all the time when we fall in love, don't we? Is that really trust? Let's call it trust. I trust my partner because they've never really broken. That's easy. If they break that trust, it's very difficult. Mario says relationship content makes me uncomfortable. I understand. Toby and Tribe say if they are remorseful and change their ways, I can, though it is not easy. It's just that forgiveness spirit we all need. Grace, forgiveness, open-mindedness. That's another phrase I can use. If you're like semantics dictionary says, you will struggle with keeping an open mind. It is a necessary ingredient in healthy relationship. It is a necessary ingredient. You're going to need it. Keeping an open mind. Keeping an open mind doesn't mean you allow anybody. You keep your legs open. That's not what it means. It doesn't mean an shall. It just means you tend to listen faster than you talk. You tend to understand faster than respond. You tend to listen to understand faster than you tend to listen to just respond. You get triggered easily if you're close-minded. Okay. Mara said, me, I don't know. I can't forgive financial infidelity, Sha. You are a goner with that one. That means if you steal my money, if you steal your money. Is that what you mean? I don't know why you would end up with a person that will steal your money, Sha. That would be a deeper conversation. Another conversation entirely. Is that what you mean by financial infidelity? I'll be hiding money. Another angle. Anyone who believes that change is possible should know that people can change. Uncle Dayo, I disagree. Change is not just possible. I disagree slightly. Change is inevitable. Change is constant. Change is the only thing we call life and the human experience. So why would anybody not want to learn how to navigate it in their favor? Like people never change. No, people do change all the time. It's precisely what they do. Change in the direction you want is a different conversation. But the fact that always a cheater, always a cheater is actually false. It's just not realistic. Okay? It's not realistic. Will they always cheat on you with the bekus? Or will they always cheat on you or find ways to betray you? Do they have patterns? Yes. And I think he spoke to that too. Do they have a certain way that they move? Yes. But that they will just always cheat? No, you're just making yourself feel good short term. In the long term, you continue to feel sad, and you might end up justifying cheating because you think your partner would never change. You're just a cheater if you do that, just so you know. Okay. Forgiveness is possible, but trust will have to be earned. Absolutely. Over a period of time. You have to be generous with patience. If you cheat on somebody, you have to be generous if you want it. But first of all, you have to change your behavior. You have to mean it. Okay. And if they do the work on themselves, they can smell it if you change or not. So it doesn't have to be you touch tangibles. Okay. They can smell it and they will never feel comfortable if you don't change your behavior. And it's a process over a period of time. Okay. And there's one last point I need to make here. You have to be super generous. Okay, you have to be super generous, and they have the right to dump your ass and leave you. That's the one excuse that I think the scripture gave them permission to dump you for. But even if the scripture didn't say it, people's mental health is everything. So it is what it is. All right, I went over my 2 hours mark, which means it'll be difficult for me to get some splits shots out of this on StreamYard, but it's okay. I just wanted to make sure I focus on I think Auntie B is going live too. I want to see Auntie B, also the mom of 5. I think she's going live, so let me end it right there. I would have loved to do questions. If you guys are interested in Q&A or something like that later on, we can always do it, but I think you guys here are more interested in the cruise. Let's keep doing what we're doing. There's always lessons. Chinya says you cannot be manipulative with your apology. Yes, apologies must say I'm accountable. Doesn't have to say it's my fault. It just have to say I take responsibility. I'm responsible for my behavior, and that's it. And the end of full stop. If he has a but, it's nullified. It's null and void. If he has a but, but in it, it's null and void. If you can't do that, then sorry, they have the right to feel how they feel, and they won't feel safe. To the person that's forgiving, never mind they said they can forgive. They're all liars too. They need to feel safe to actually forgive. Some of them will say they forgive, but they never really forgive. Okay, they will show you shege inside of that relationship. Why? Because they still don't feel safe. They have to look over their shoulder every time. Every time you go down the street, they already put a tracker in your car. Why would you want to be that kind of person without coming full front and tell them like this is what you want to do? If you can't do that, then let it go. All of that is easier said than done. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's go join wherever your favorite is. I think the mom of 5, Auntie B, they're going live. It's all the same community. Just go join and let's go support those people and let them know where you're coming from. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care and God bless. Cheers. Peace.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.